Hello, hello, magical souls. I am talking to you today about self-doubt and also with regards to the Akashic Records and the Akashic Record Keepers and Guides, their take on self-doubt, letting it go. And I am author, artist, teacher, Catherine Tack, and I'm very happy to be bringing this message to you today because it's coming up in a lot in the Akashic Records that people are saying that they have self-doubt and they're not quite sure what's going on. And I'm so grateful to you all to be here because exactly as you are in this moment is so perfect. So I would say that this subject touches so many people. Almost everyone at some point in their spiritual journey experiences self-doubt. You know, that quiet inner voice that whispers, "Who do you think you are? What if you fail? What if it's not meant for you?" All these emotions creep in, all these doubts creep in. And if you've ever felt this way, please know this from the very beginning. There is nothing wrong with you. It's very normal. And in this episode, I'm going to share the Akashic Records perspective on self-doubt, real examples from people who have come to me for support, and a gentle, heart-centered meditation to help you soften and release self-doubt. Okay. Right. So, where do we begin? Self-doubt is often misunderstood. Many people believe it means that they're not confident enough, not healed enough, or not spiritually advanced enough. Okay. But from the perspective of the Akashic Records, self-doubt is not a flaw. It's a protective mechanism formed through experience. And the records show that self-doubt usually forms when you've been judged or criticized or dismissed in the past, or you were taught to prioritize safety over truth. You might have learned that love or approval was conditional. That's another way that self-doubt creeps in. And you may have lived lifetimes where visibility came with a risk. So we have a lot of people that are showing up with past lives in the records that suggest, well, not suggest, that let us know that these people spoke out before and they had physical, they were physically silenced. Let's just say that. Okay. And that wasn't a very nice way that they were physically silenced. So in this lifetime, they can have a lot of self-doubt about where they are. They brave enough? Are they good enough? Are they whatever it is? And we need to understand that self-doubt isn't here to sabotage you. It's here because part of you learned that being small felt safer. It could just be from this lifetime. We all know about the bullying that goes on in the schools, and so from a very young age, at a school age, we are taught about being small is safer, making ourselves small. Okay. But when I open the Akashic Records around the theme of self-doubt, the energy is always compassionate and never critical, never judgmental. So here are some of the messages that consistently come through. Self-doubt is not the opposite of trust. It is the place where trust is waiting to be rebuilt. You were never meant to leap without fear. You were meant to walk forward while holding your own hand. Your soul does not doubt itself. Doubt lives in the layers shaped by survival. That's the physical part of you. Gentleness dissolves doubt faster than force ever will. And we know that in just thinking about, for example, if you wanted to get an animal to trust you, forcing it to trust you is just never going to work. Being gentle, going forward with consistency, that is going to get that animal to trust you. And feel safe in your space. So it's the same with our own self-doubt. We need to be gentle with ourselves. And the records remind us that self-doubt doesn't disappear by proving yourself. It softens when you feel safe enough to be authentic. Okay. So let me share a few examples of how self-doubt shows up for people who came to me for support in the records. You may recognize yourself in one of these. So, for example, one of my clients was the quiet dreamer, and this person knew they were meant for more, a different career, a more aligned life, and yet they constantly delayed action. But in the records, we saw past experience of being discouraged early in life, and that self-doubt wasn't about laziness, it was fear of rejection or fear of disappointment. So we were able to uncover what was going on, what was the problem, and then we were able to let that go, see the lesson, learn from the lesson, and then let it go. And there's different ways to do that. And one of the ways is going to be through a guided meditation that I will get to in a minute. Okay. The other person, let's call them that I saw in the records regarding self-doubt, let's call them the spiritual seeker. This client deeply trusted spiritual concepts, but doubted their own intuition. And the records showed lifetimes of spiritual authority being taken away from them. And the healing came from them reclaiming their inner permission rather than seeking external validation. Okay. So many of us are looking for answers on the outside in the physical world, but actually the answers on the inside. So if we see something on the outside in the outside world that is incorrect, off balance, out of alignment, then for us, then we know that that same thing on the inside of us is off balance, out of alignment. So when we fix the inside, magically, the outside is reflected correctly. So the outside is your outside world, your everyday experience is a reflection of what's going on for you on the inside. And when we fix those problems that are on the inside, the outside becomes fixed and magical. Okay. And then I have another client that came along for help with self-doubt. Let's call this one the capable caregiver. So this is a highly competent person, always supporting others, yet doubted their worth when it came to receiving abundance, financial abundance, or joy. And the records revealed vows of service and sacrifice from this person in their past lives. And the self-doubt softened when they allowed themselves to receive without guilt. So we do have naturally things that come up for us in the record. So for example, for me, in my 20s, early 20s, I had this terrible fear of being homeless. And it doesn't make any sense. My parents would have never allowed me to be homeless. And even if they weren't around, I had many family members who would have never allowed that, even though I was fully supporting myself and had done for many years. And this fear was an irrational fear. So I had to work out that in a past life, I'd had this experience because I believed my husband in that life had died, and therefore I became homeless because in those days, women couldn't own property, etc. So, so these things come up like for that last client that I was talking about, the capable caregiver. They had been they had had vows of service in a past life. So in this life, when they received a gift of something that without guilt, then the self-doubt softened. So this is how we need to do it. So the self-doubt softens when we look at it and we say, um, self-doubt is not something to eliminate, it's something to understand and accept the message from it, thank it for the message, and then let it go. Okay. And that's easier said than done. So let's do it via meditation. Okay. I find it's a lot easier to do things when we are in a meditative state, when we're bringing in the angels, we're bringing in ascended masters to assist us. So when you are ready, take a nice comfortable, get yourself into a nice comfortable position. You can have your eyes open or closed and start to find yourself breathing in to the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And let's breathe in again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And on the next breath in, just allow your shoulders to soften. 2, 3, 4, 5. And as we breathe out for 5, allow maybe your head to droop if it isn't lying down and supported. Just let your whole body soften into this meditation. Give yourself permission to let go. Allow yourself to feel the freedom of this time you have given to yourself, guilt-free. And gently bring one hand to your heart now and the other to your solar plexus, the center of your personal power. And just silently say to yourself, I am safe. I am safe to listen to myself. And just imagine a soft golden light surrounding you, not pushing anything away, just simply holding you. And if any thoughts of self-doubt arise, don't argue with them. Instead, just gently ask, what are you trying to protect me from? What are you trying to protect me from? And now allow an image, word, or feeling to come to you. Notice that information. What is that self-doubt trying to protect you from? And now silently repeat, I choose compassion over criticism. And with each exhale, imagine the edges of self-doubt softening, maybe not disappearing straight away, but just loosening. And take another breath in. Imagine the edges of self-doubt softening. And now they are disappearing. And remind yourself that you are choosing compassion over criticism. Also understanding now that the self-doubt has come up because you are just about to expand. You are just about to move from one place to another, energetically, spiritually, emotionally. And this self-doubt might come up because it is asking, is it safe for you to speak up now? Is it safe? And you know in your heart whether it's safe or not to speak up now, whether it's safe for you to take that next step towards your goals so that you can expand, so that you can improve yourself, so that you can complete another part of your mission and journey in this lifetime. Remember that it is safe to listen to yourself. Let your heart expand in this moment and tell you where you need to go forward, because the future is all about being heart-led, and you can rely on your heart to get you to the finish line. And set the intention now that in the coming days, weeks, and months, that when self-doubt appears, you recognize it instantly, and that you allow it to come to you and tell you what it means, why it's shown up. And thank it for its messages. If you like working with angels or ascended masters, ask them now to help you to see the self-doubt, to be aware of the self-doubt, to act on the self-doubt in a positive, helpful way. Also set the intention now that the beings of light will help you through your transition, through your expansion. You do not have to walk this journey alone. There are many guides that can help you. And set the intention that your own intuition will be very activated during any times of self-doubt, so that you can understand what's really going on for you. Let's thank all the beings of light for their service ahead of them actually helping you. Thank our inner guides, our intuition, our inner teachers for being with us today. And on the next breath in, just feel the chair at your back, the earth at your feet. You can come back to the call very gently. And I hope you remember that when you experience self-doubt, it doesn't mean that you're failing. It means that you're standing on the edge of growth. And remember that the Akashic Records teach us that confidence isn't something you earn, it's something you remember through safety, kindness, and trust. And if this episode resonated with you, know that you're not broken, you're unfolding. And I want to thank you for walking this path with me. If you want to get in touch for an Akashic Record reading, please do. If you'd like to join our spiritual workshops, our monthly spiritual workshops, there's more information on our website to help you on your very magical spiritual journey. So until next time, be gentle with your becoming. And I will see you soon. Take care.